1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, what's up, everyone? What's good? I'm just making some late night food. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was reading the comments and someone said go live tonight. Let's do it. Let's go live tonight. Let's go live. I am making some Beyond sausages. It's 10 a.m. here. Where are you? It's 10 a.m. Where are you? What is that? Brelex? Me first. I love it when people say first. That shows dedication. I like it. Legit. What y'all up to tonight? I am not walking around the TL. So many people want me to go walk around the TL. I want to do it, but I kind of don't. I am up late. I'm usually in bed by this hour. I'm never up this late. Saw someone post 3 hours Uber Eats made $100. That's not bad. That's not bad. I had a yesterday. I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to say. That's not bad. In these times. No, please stay inside, bro. I understand I should stay inside, but this is the reason why I'm not staying inside. I know some people may disagree, some people may agree, but I look at it like this. There's a lot of people in the city that are afraid to go out, and I'm not afraid to go out, and I'm afraid to risk my life to help other people. So this is one reason why I don't mind going out. And another reason why I don't mind going out is when I do go out, I'm not around people. Like, I'm not in large groups of people. I'm usually more than 6 feet away from someone. I'm usually like out just, biking or somewhere out in nature, and I'm not around anyone. So there's no threat there. There's not a problem there. The city is so incredibly empty that I think it's okay to go out because there's just so many people that are not going out. With hazard pay, I don't know with hazard pay. A lot of people want hazard pay, but I don't know. I'm just gonna hold my tongue here. Over $100, yeah. I haven't drove since February. I got sick. I think tomorrow night I might get my car inspected. Oh, I hear you. I'm actually in Cali. Why I'm up? I don't know why I'm up. I'm usually passed out by now, but I don't know. I'm still awake right now. I'm making some Beyond sausages. Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to tell you guys something. Okay, I'm going to use this example right here. Okay, let's say that someone wants me, okay, let's say that I use gloves and a mask, right? And I go out, I have gloves and a mask. I can still contract the virus. Because when you have the gloves on, you touch a lot of stuff, and then you eventually touch something that you're gonna touch. You're gonna have to constantly use wipes. You're gonna have to constantly use sanitizer. Like, it can be done. You just gotta be on your P's and Q's. I don't know. I haven't used a mask yet. I don't know, I just haven't used the mask yet. I can't believe the deaths in America jumped by 2,000. I don't know. I can't believe it's already 2,000 in just one day. So you mean to tell me probably not tomorrow, but within 2 days, it's going to be 4,000. But 4,000 people out of 300 plus million people. I mean, I'm not saying a life isn't a life, but I'm just looking at the numbers. Like, how many people die in car crashes in America every day, I wonder? Because there's got to be a lot of people that die in car crashes. Probably not now because the city's on lockdown. What country are you in? Right now, I'm in America. I'm in the U.S. of A. Yep. I'm just making some Beyond sausages. That whole 3:44 a.m. Expat at large. Or at least we are getting a government check soon. I don't even care about that government check. Like, I'm not even tripping. I mean, I'll take the money, but like, yeah, I'll just give it right back to I'm just gonna take that government check and just give it to the IRS. Like, I'm for real. Like, that money ain't going in no economy. That money going right back to the government. Well, I mean, when they give me $1,200, I'm gonna turn around and give it right back to them. Like, I'm for real, because I know I owe them folks some money, and I don't want to wait till the last minute to pay them. So when they give me that $1,200, I'm just gonna send it right back to them. Yep. 400,000 Americans die in car crashes. Yeah, I could see that. A lot of people die in car crashes. Car crashes are pretty bad in this country. I got weeks worth of food left and no mask, no glove. I'm diabetic. I'm scared to go out. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. If you are scared to go out, I'm going to tell you something that's very important. I was actually watching a video online about this. You can order food, but when you order food, you want to make sure you properly sanitize and dispose of the boxes properly. Especially if you are high risk, you want to do that. Like, if you get to a point where you start ordering food, you want to, like, like if you order a pizza, right? You want to pick the items up from the door. You want to have some gloves on. You want to open the pizza box. You want to take the pizza out the box. You can put the pizza in the fridge, the freezer, But you want to leave that box outside because the box was in the grocery store. Like, I mean, we living in different times now. They said 2020 was gonna be different, and let me tell you, 2020 ain't nothing like these other years I've experienced in my days living. 2020 is different. 2020 I ain't gonna never forget. You got people, superstars dropping out of helicopters. You got social distancing. You got cities closed down. I'm riding my bike on 4th Street going the wrong way the whole way, and it's not even a problem, It's not even a problem because ain't no cars. No cars. Like, that's 2020 for you, Or the gloves and mask on. What are you cooking? I'm cooking Beyond sausage. I don't know, a lot of people are telling me to wear a mask, but, like, I don't know. I want to say now, oh gosh, I didn't think the camera was looking that way. I want to say now about half of the people in the city wear a mask. The other half don't. Sorry, I know this stove is like super gross, but like I live in a house with like a ton of people. We have like, our building has like, I think like 4 kitchens or something. And lately I've been using this kitchen. Because this kitchen is like a whole lot quieter. A whole lot quieter. It's all about the sauces for these. I really like mustard. So I like German mustard. It's always hook it up with a bunch of German mustard. What's the cost of living in Botswana? Cheaper than San Francisco, but not. I mean, depending on how you want to live in Botswana, you know? Because Botswana wasn't like the cheapest country, you know? It wasn't like an Asian country. It was more like, it wasn't even like a Eastern European country. Botswana was kind of expensive. Like, it was more expensive than South Africa for sure. I want to go back to Africa so bad, but I have no idea when I'll be back in Africa. I'm just thinking, like, if I was in South Africa right now, like, possibly, I don't know, they probably would have kicked me out of the country already. And then where else would I go? I think this is gonna last a minute. I need to pay you guys more attention because I'm not paying you guys more attention. I live in a hostel. Expect the problem with, or at least I'm down in Mexico, we're down on beaches. We don't do grocery delivery here, only restaurant delivery. You know what? There's probably grocery delivery in your area. Maybe you don't know about it. I'm cooking it up in here. When you coming back to South Africa? Fam, I don't know. I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. Because, you know, Americans are banned to go to South Africa. We can't even go to South Africa right now. Americans are banned to go to a lot of countries, yo. Our passport is weak right now. Because we could all have the coronavirus. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like, hopefully I don't get in trouble if I say this, but like, I wanna say like I had symptoms of the coronavirus back in January when I got back from New York. Okay. Now let me explain something to you guys. When I got back from New York, I had that flight going to China, right? Going to Wuhan. I literally had a flight going to Wuhan, like the next week. But then that flight got canceled because of the virus, right? And I remember that week after I got back from New York, and I flew on an airplane when I got back from New York. I remember that I had diarrhea, and I definitely had a headache, and I was coughing a lot. Okay, and I was still living at my friend's house then. That was before I moved here. And, you know, I don't know, like I have a very high immune system. I love onions. I love mushrooms. I eat a lot of onions. I eat a lot of mushrooms. And that's something to keep your immune system up. I'm also outside and it's cold all the time. I'm always outside and I don't get a cold. So, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I had it, but I want to say I definitely had some symptoms. And I heard a lot of other people say the same thing, you know? But who knows? We can all just be tripping just because every time we go on social media, that's what we hear about. We hear about this virus, you know? So it can all just be making us tripping. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I knew it would happen. When my flight got canceled, I knew things were gonna get bad. I just didn't know when. You know? I actually, you know, right when I thought things would get bad faster. But it didn't. It took longer. You know? Right when my flight got canceled, I thought that virus was gonna hit the US like right after that. But it didn't. It took a minute, yo. And now it's over here. Man, it's raining like cats and dogs, yo. Tearing my country apart, dude. we dealing with things around here. I mean, everything closed, you know? It's crazy. I'm cooking, I'm in the kitchen. It's like mad late. Yo, I'm in San Francisco. Yeah, that's the bridge right there. Hello, Jermaine. Sad to hear the current situation of your country. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. Yeah, this virus is bad. It could be a hoax. I mean, people say that, but I don't think it could be a hoax. Like, I think there's people dying for sure. But it's definitely one way to shake things up, you know what I mean? When you got, it's crazy. I just wonder what things are gonna look like afterwards. I mean, there's a lot of places, you know, see, as an international traveler, this is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking of places that I like here in San Francisco, but I'm also thinking of places that I like around the world. Okay, I'm thinking of places that I like to go to in London. And I'm thinking, like, are those places gonna close? I'm thinking, are places in South Africa, are they gonna close down? Like, places that I like. I'm thinking, that's what I'm thinking of, you know? So, I'm not just thinking of things just at home. I'm thinking of things, like, all around the world, you know? I'm thinking of, like, what airlines are gonna go out of business and how much more will it cost me to get to this part of the world, you know? Like, I don't know. And then I wake up and I'm happy every day. Like even with the world crashing down around me, I'm still like bouncing off the walls. Like I can't help to be happy because if I'm sad, life ain't worth living, you know. Hey, up all night here in NYC. What up, Jermaine? I'm gonna travel to Spain in October. Hopefully this will end soon. I'm telling y'all, soon as this ends, soon as this ends, especially right now, like with the stock market like it is, and I'm still like buying stocks and stuff, as soon as this is over, your boy Jermaine gonna split. Like for real. Like I'm not gonna like take off and leave, but I'm gonna take off and leave for a minute, you know? I can't wait to travel. Because like now I'm just like just stuck in San Francisco, like it's boring, like, you know, like it's just it's not boring, but like we're just on lockdown and everything's closed and pretty much the only thing I do is just go to the grocery store, you know, and it's just different life, man. Everybody needed a vacation. Good you saw the world before this happened. I think this is gonna be a minute though. I think it's gonna be like a couple years. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, I think it's gonna be a couple years. Like I don't mean to be, you know, negative or pessimistic, but let's just put this into perspective here. All right, so like countries have already said things like if you want to come to our country, you have to do a 14-day quarantine. So when do you think that's gonna end? That's the golden question. When do you think that's gonna end? I mean, who knows how long it's gonna end? It's gonna be different for each particular country. What you cooking? I'm cooking Beyond sausages. I'm trying to brown the side of this one, but I'm also trying to cut these inside. I'm telling you, sometimes cooking on stainless steel is just like, ugh. But I don't want to cook on anything else, you know? Because, you know, stainless steel is like legit to cook on. Dude, thanks a lot for hanging out with me, you guys. Are you alone? I'm always alone because I'm hideous. I'm a loser. Like, my life is boring, so I hang out alone all the time. That's why I can't wait to leave San Francisco because dating is, like, so boring here. Like, I meet people and they think I'm boring, or they just think, like, I don't do enough, or they just think, like, I'm just like, I'm just not good enough, you know? Like, that's what it is. Like, kind of what it feels like here. Like, I'm just not good enough. Like, I don't keep up with the speed, you know? Look, I know I'm not a loser. Like, I know I'm not a loser. I tell myself I'm the shit every day because I'll be like, yo, I mean, come on, like, I got eyes. I can look around and see. I am good enough, but I don't know. I am good enough, but, you know, it's hard out here for a pimp. I wish I was, like, in some other country, yo. Dating's so much easier. Dating's so much better outside of America. I don't want to like tell all the American dudes that, but it is. It's so much better. I don't know. How do you meet chicks when you're on a freaking lockdown and you don't want to use freaking apps because apps are freaking awesome? You're an awesome individual. Oh, thanks a lot. That's freaking awesome. You guys think I'm awesome. Hey, I saw you. Remember the guy that said he saw you from YouTube videos? Oh, yeah. Did I see you today? Because someone said, I ran into a couple people today, actually. It's weird because I didn't even go a lot of places, and I think I ran into like at least 3 people today in the city. Okay, my sausages are almost done. It sounds so weird, me like sticking the freaking. It sounds so weird, me sticking the freaking this thing in there and like crushing them. I forget. One of these is mild and one of these is spicy. I don't know which is which, but I'm gonna have to see in a second. Now that you travel the world, what will you do with all that knowledge to make yourself self-important, successful? You know what? I'm using all that knowledge right now. That's a really, really good question that you point that out. I'm using all of that knowledge right now, and you may wonder, how am I using all of this knowledge right now? How am I using all of this knowledge right now? I'm gonna easily tell you how I'm using all of this knowledge right now. This is how I'm using all of this knowledge right now. As of now, I look around and everybody's freaking out. You know, I see people who are so much smarter than me. I gotta put the phone down for a second. I see people who are so much smarter than me and they're freaking out. But once again, when you're a traveler, you're in all sorts of situations and you can't necessarily freak out, because if you freak out, you might trip yourself up. You might mess up, you know. So you gotta stay low key. You gotta keep your composure. You gotta take a deep breath. You gotta make sure you smile when everything is falling apart around you. You know, when you lost your bag, when you missed the bus, when you have to pay extra for another bus, when the taxi driver ripped you off, you gotta just continue to smile because you're in another country and you are under different rules and you're under a different language and stuff like that. So when I get back to my country and I'm in this situation and everything's falling apart around me, and I just say to myself, we'll get through this. Because I've got through a lot of things, a lot of tough things, like traveling around the world, and I say to myself, we'll get through this. And yeah, that's just how I'm gonna, that's just the deck of cards I'm playing. This is how I'm gonna get through this. How long do you think this quarantine is going to last? Okay, let me tell you something. Today, I saw them boarding up the mall. So if they're boarding up the mall, and the mall has tons of windows, There are so many places in San Francisco that are boarded up. If you are on my Facebook, if you're on my Facebook page, if after this stream, I don't know if I'll do it after this stream, but maybe tomorrow I will post photos because I went around the city and I was taking photos of businesses that are boarded up. I will definitely share that tomorrow. And it's pretty mind blowing. And when I see more and more businesses boarding up their business, that tells me that things are about to hit the fan. And I have an option. I have options. Like I can stay in the city or I can leave. I think I'm gonna stay in the city. I think I'm gonna stay in the city. I'll take my chances. I mean, I've been in a lot of crazy countries around the world. I think I can handle. I think I can handle the U.S. You know. So I think I'm gonna stay. I want to ride it out. You know. That's what I'm gonna do. It's kind of insane. Ooh, okay, I got the Beyond sausages. I have to clean the pot though because I don't like to do dishes ever. But like when you cook on stainless steel, it's so easy to clean, especially when you eat vegan. Cool. What makes you choose SF over NYC? Easy. NYC is very competitive. Okay? NYC is very loud. NYC is very in your face. NYC has a different quality of life. NYC, you are around far more people. You're around way more people. In San Francisco, it's a little bit smaller. You're around less people, and San Francisco is just as affluent. So I don't need to be in New York. San Francisco has better weather. San Francisco is California. New York is New York, but California has mad status around the planet. Let's see if this is a spicy one or just a regular one. I think that's the regular one. Will they lower my rent? Are you going to change? Are you going to try out extension colors soon? I don't know. I really like the red. I actually added a few more extensions to this one. It kind of looks a little crazy, but I'm gonna get ready to go to sleep. And like I already took a shower, so like I'm just going to sleep with it like this. And that way I can like lay my head flat, and then I can also lay my head forward. And then I can even lay on the side. Dude, you should leave SF. It's gonna get bad there. Yeah, it could get bad here. I don't know if I should leave SF or not. That's a good question. I don't know where to go. That's the problem, because I don't want to go home. Because I'm not set up to go home. Can I get into Mexico is the problem. Did Mexico close the borders to the U.S.? Or U.S. close the borders to Mexico? Tell us a crazy delivery experience. I got stuck in an elevator on a freaking delivery recently. That was pretty crazy. You could always go to Oakland. So you don't think Oakland would be dangerous? I'm not gonna lie. I've actually thought about moving back to Oakland. I'm gonna tell you Oakland's a little bit more entertaining. I don't like the fact that it's not the city. Like Oakland, like it's not the city, but it's its own different thing. You know what I mean? And Oakland's cool, like, especially for I don't know. The city's just very bland. Like it is. It's very bland. Like it's not. I mean, if you got style, or if you got flavor, or if you got soul, don't waste your time in the city. You know what I mean? I love the city, but it's just sort of ain't working out. Are you happy with your life? No, you don't seem to be. Um, you know what I mean? Not that I'm not happy. I'm a little bummed out that I can't travel. But so what? It's a lot of people that never travel, you know? And I'm actually okay with being home and going through this with everyone else. Because if I was somewhere else in the world, it would be the same scenario, you know? Like I would just be doing it in a different country. I know everybody's travel's getting canceled. It's so crazy. Like I talk to people and they're like, yo, I've like never taken a trip and I was gonna take a trip this year and I can't. I just smoke a lot of weed and read my book. Read a book and yeah, that's right. The city is the worst place to be. You can be in the suburbs. I live in the neighborhood far from the city center. Move to South Korea? No, I don't want to move to South Korea. I hope travel isn't super expensive when this dies down. I don't know. That's a good question. I remember watching you trying to do a certain amount of trips on Uber, and now the virus. I know. I know, dude. Like now, no people are afraid to drive for Uber because of the virus. You should move to the Netherlands. I mean, as soon as this freaking virus is over, Jermaine is whack. His vlogs are whack. His whole life is whack. Thanks a lot. Hmm. I mean, beyond sausages. Beyond sausages are fire, yo. The only thing about this, if I eat these, I have to stay awake for like at least another hour. And I'll probably go like walk up and down the stairs a couple of times. Morningstar. Um, you know, lately I've been going to Safeway, and Safeway carries Morningstar, but they're usually always sold out. So I really haven't had Morningstar. No, I'm not high, but like I just had a bunch of drinks. Not a bunch, but like I had like I don't know, a couple shots of Jack a minute ago. So I'm feeling a little good. You make deliveries in SF look easy and you're able to blog it at the same time. I visited and had a bad time getting around. Dude, San Francisco, it's a tough place to get around because even on a map, like it's been so many times where like I've accepted a delivery and I think, oh yeah, it's all good, but with all the hills and stuff, the hills will make a straight trip not look straight at all. Because you got like this freaking hill, and I don't know, the city can be really tricky, and then there's all these weird streets and one ways, and they're always changing it. Always. I'll be buying enough alcohol when my city goes to lockdown. What city you in, Dan T? Are you in somewhere in the Midwest? Midwest places are okay. Okay on the well, okay for now. Oh my gosh. I'm almost out of mustard. I know for sure Whole Foods is not gonna have any if I try to go get some more. Because they're always sold out. They're so unreliable nowadays. Jermaine, do you qualify for one of those Trump checks? Of course I do. What's your Venmo ID? I'm not on Venmo. Oh, your city was empty too? Did you hear that Canada got $8,000 stimulus package? Oh, that's dope. I mean, good for the Canadians. That's real dope. My neighbor thinks I'm selling dope, Jermaine. Maybe you are. 8,000 Canadian. Yeah, it's not exactly $8,000. It's a little bit less. I really want to go to South Africa. I really want to go back. But then, I would really be happy just going to like England, like something just super chill, you know? No, England might be one of those places we might open back up to faster because the U.S. does a lot of business with the British. I mean, we share the same language, you know? So I think that it won't be anytime soon because this whole situation. But I think it maybe, who knows when they're going to open it back up. So is American money worthless? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's still good if you ask me. What does dating in America sell? I think one problem with dating with me is because like I travel so much. But then the thing now is I'm not traveling now, so like I'm gonna be here. But dating's just kind of lame. Like, dating's lame. Like, whenever I go on dates, like, it's always chicks that I don't know. Like, when I meet chicks on the dating apps, it's just, I don't know, we just talk online, and we just, like, usually never meet. Like, that's just usually how it goes, you know? Kind of messed up. I'm thinking that maybe they could be fake. Maybe they could just be like bots or something. Like that's really the only way to meet chicks around here because I mean places that I go to and work like I don't know. I'm not really trying to talk to those chicks, you know. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. And it's more like I got used to traveling and used to talking to girls traveling. And it's really awesome when you're traveling and you're talking to girls when you're traveling because they're into traveling. Like they're already traveling. Like they have a passport. Like you guys already have something in common. Like it's dope, you know? And when I come back to the US, and also when you meet travelers, like they're into stuff like minimalism because they're into traveling and like usually like it's like everything I want like in a person like in a chick, you know, it's like it's so hot, it's so attractive. And then when I come back to San Francisco, like I never meet anyone like that. Like I don't. Like I meet the complete opposite. Like I meet people who are not independent. I meet people who don't travel. I meet people who don't want to travel. I meet people who are not minimalist. So it's kind of like I'm just like bored when I come back, you know? It's like, yo, I would just rather watch fucking porn. Like, let's just watch fucking Mia Khalifa. Like, she's way more entertaining than like most of the chicks that I meet around here. Like, I mean, it sounds really messed up, but I mean, we in a lockdown right now. I don't know. It's just, it's weird. Like, so who is Mia Khalifa? She Mia Khalifa is, I think she is from Lebanon. She is a Lebanese porn star. She's pretty banging. But actually, like, come on, if I was gonna watch porn, I wouldn't watch Mia Khalifa. I'd just probably watch some girls with dreadlocks. Why not? Mia Khalifa is my baby. That's funny. I'm just doing the dishes really fast. No, Mia Khalifa's not my girlfriend. I just bring her up because she's so freaking popular. I guess between the millennials, maybe not old people, but she's super popular. Come on, man, moment. What do you mean, moment? San Francisco. You know what I think's gonna happen? I think we're gonna sort of like states are gonna close down. So like California will say like you can't leave California and you can't enter California. Like I think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen with California first. I think it's gonna happen with like New York first. Where they're gonna tell people like you can't leave New York because the problem with New York right now is there's a lot of people in New York that have houses in Florida. So you have a lot of people leaving New York and they're going down to Florida. And when they go down to Florida, what are they doing? They're taking the virus down to Florida. So Florida is actually going to get hit it's probably going to get hit way faster than California, I expect. Because the thing about Florida has a larger older population. And there's probably a lot of older people from New York going down to Florida, and they're gonna spread it to their older friends down in Florida. Like, Florida could be a freaking disaster zone. And they say California can be a disaster zone too. Disaster zone too. That man said he Googled Mia Khalifa. Yeah, Mia, she's a trip, y'all. Florida sucks. Yeah, so the thing about Florida, yeah, the sunshine does kill the virus. Well, it doesn't kill it completely, but it slows it from spreading. But it's all about the temperature. So it can be sunny in Florida, but if it's at the right temperature, the virus could spread faster. But then you also got to think about Singapore. So with Florida, Florida could be very similar to Singapore. So with China, you had a lot of people going from China and they were going down to Singapore and they were spreading the disease. But the thing with China is, no, the thing with Singapore is Singapore, the temperature is very warm. It's very, very warm in Singapore. But they're still able to spread because there was so many Chinese people there. And this could very well be the same thing with Miami. Maybe it's too warm in Miami, but there's so many people from New York going there and they're spreading the disease that it doesn't matter. You know, it's just overwhelmed. Singapore is so beautiful. Will coronavirus bring down America? No. I don't think coronavirus will bring down America. I think what coronavirus will do, I think coronavirus will close down America for about 2 months. As of now, we're 2 weeks into that. We're 2 weeks into that. That's why I'm telling you, it's gonna close down America for about 2 months. That's why they're talking about paying you 2 checks. Because they're expecting for 2 months. I think 2 months is gonna be good enough. What I think is gonna happen is Trump is gonna go on TV either tonight or tomorrow or next week, but he's gonna go on TV and he's gonna say shut down for the entire country. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna do shutdown for the entire country, and that's probably gonna be a month. But you gotta think, a place like San Francisco, we've already been in shutdown for like 2 weeks already. And then when Trump says shut down for a month, that's when the riots are gonna break out. Because you gotta think, so many people hate Trump so much, like they hate Trump with a passion. And when Trump says, oh, we're gonna shut down your cities even longer after they've already been shut down, after people have already been laid off from work, after things are just falling apart, that's when things are gonna hit the fan. And that's why in San Francisco, they're boarding up everything. Like, I mean, it's not rocket science to figure this out, you know. It's very obvious what's going on. Trump is just waiting, and things are gonna get worse, and who knows where the numbers will be on Monday. I don't mean to be negative here, but government shutdown in California until April 12th. I don't know. We'll see. Trump can't shut down the country. Governors can. Well, he can issue martial law, and that can shut it down. But it's basically already shut down in the majority of the country. Yeah, they say April. Well, San Francisco was supposed to be April 7th, but then California said they didn't really give a number when they said, "Do you think we'll close down America for 16 weeks?" Yeah, I would say like at least 6 weeks for sure. No, at least 8 weeks for sure. I have to close down America. But that's okay. America can withstand it because you have a lot of people still working from home. You know, you have the top companies in the U.S. still functioning at optimal rate. Okay, and what I mean by that, I'm talking about companies like Apple, Facebook, Google, the Fortune 500 companies. Basically, they're gonna still be functioning completely normal. Okay, unless someone gets the coronavirus, you know. They're gonna be working good. Now, who this is really going to affect is it's just going to affect people lower down the spectrum. That's who this really is going to affect. But like those big companies, they'll be okay. I mean, some of them may go down just because maybe there's a shift in consumer behavior. You know, maybe people don't, people aren't going out to eat as much. People are ordering food more. And also, people are just going to the grocery store more because I see so many lines outside these grocery stores now that I never seen before. But yeah, trying to hit that virus about 4 months, and they were on data. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to believe China. Okay, it's kind of hard to believe China because the thing that in China, they do a lot of things that just make me scratch my head. Like when they censored this guy and when they killed him for basically telling people to wear masks and telling people, look, this is going to be big, you know what I mean? And they basically killed him, like he got the virus and then he slipped away. Like a very fishy situation. If riot happened, Trump will turn the economy back on. Take a shot of Jack. Meets Mia Khalifa in South Africa. That's crazy. I don't believe China that common doctors in America is too much. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that China is a liar, but like, they just bring up a lot of red flags now. Okay, guys. How long do you think it'll last? I think we're gonna be in a lot of total shutdown for a total of 2 months. That's what I think. Does that explain why they're sending checks to everyone in the U.S.? Because it's gonna be like 2 months. But don't freak out. I know a lot of people are gonna freak out because of bills and stuff like that. What can we do in this situation? I mean, I walk outside and there's like nobody outside. But on a normal night, it would be cars driving by and it'd be shops open and everything's dead right now. So there's nothing to do. Yeah, I'm definitely considered a hero around here. Obama phone. Are you in Lower Nob Hill? No, I'm in the Tenderloin. Maybe I shouldn't put the phone by the window, right? You might be able to tell what building I'm in by this in the background. Or maybe not. I stopped picking up people a month ago. The crazy thing about my situation is this right here. I don't have any expenses. Like, I don't have to pay for the car. I don't have to pay for the gas. I don't have to do any maintenance. I just got the bike. And then the bike is like, it's very little maintenance. I need to tighten the brakes right now, actually. The brakes real loose on the bike. Yeah, I'm safe. Oh, wow. So on your pickups. Hey, Jay, looking toasty, my God. I'm looking, what do you mean I'm looking toasty? What does that mean when someone say they're looking toasty? You're riding around with all that hair up. I ride with the hair up all the time. Yeah, earlier today I was riding like this. It's crazy, right? Dude, like, it's insane. People tell me all the time that they love it, like all the time. Like it's crazy. Like I know it is some insane hair. I love it. I love it. The only one bad thing about it, I don't know if this happens to girls. Probably it does, but like I get like crook in my neck like frequently. Like it's been happening a lot lately, and it's really annoying because I need to be able to look when I'm on the bike, you know. But it's when I don't wrap my hair up at night. It's when I just like have it just dangling. Because a lot of times like I'll be laying in bed and I'll have my just hair like out. Like I'll get out of the shower and I'll just have my hair like out, you know. And I'll just pass out. And what'll happen is it will like I don't know, like I'm trying to explain this to dudes that don't have long hair, but what'll happen is like I'll start to lay on a part of my hair and then I'll try to move and I can't. And it'll like jack up my neck, you know? So right now like my back hurts because my neck's jacked up. So I just gotta tie my fucking hair up so like I won't have that problem. If it shit hurts, you know, like ugh. I really wish I had someone to give me a massage. Like anybody like out there like want to do trades, like massage trades, especially if you're a cute girl. There's a chick in my building. Like I want to ask her, but she's like she's super COVID-19 like cautious. Like you know she's like 6 feet away, you know, type. So, don't think I want to ask her. How much is your rent? People always ask me questions like that. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you how much my rent, just like I'm not gonna tell you how much money I made in the past like 2 days. I told like one other person actually. Yep, 300 a month. Yep, 300 a month. Yep. I don't have a girlfriend. How are your stocks? Real bad. They're not really bad. I mean, they're down, but I've been averaging down, so we'll see how that goes. I thought you were going to bed. I was gonna go to bed, but I'm still talking to y'all. He's got a big channel, right? I don't know. There's a lot of dead people in China that don't have a phone anymore. 21 million cell phones disconnected in the past 30 days. That's weird. You think 21 million people died in China? Is that what you're trying to say? Because that's a boatload of people. Like, that's a lot of people, y'all. Stay inside, smoke some weed, take a shot at Drake Daniels, drink some ice, Coke. Do you have coronavirus? I don't think so. The rich people in Pack Heights, Seacliff, and so on will be targeted in the riots. Oh, you think so? Because the thing about those neighborhoods is, okay, this is one thing, okay, like, I don't want to sound too much like I know too much, but like, this is one thing about the police, and this is one thing about riots. They don't care if, well, not that they don't care, but it's one thing if you have riots in a residential area, and it's one thing if you have riots in a commercial area. I don't think riots are gonna leave and go all the way to those like rich areas. I think they're just gonna stay in like downtown. I don't think they're gonna venture off. And then if there are riots, like maybe there's riots in the Mission District, but I don't think those riots in the Mission District are gonna go all the way to like Peck Heights. Absolutely right. The 21 million cell phones have been disconnected in the past 30 days. Oh my gosh, 21 million people. So you think, because China is holding back a lot of information, you think China could one day just come out and say, look, we actually lost this many people from the virus, and that would really terrify the world. You gotta think about that. That would really terrify the world. Or what if another country figured out this information? What if another country figured out that, like, yo, way more people in China died than China, like, that would look really bad for China. Why do you think so many people are done rotary type phones? Oh, I don't know about rotary type phones. My opinion, roots are... Yeah, right there. No! You... Get you nice. I got a pillow right here. Having a lot of hair is a lot of work. Not really, but I just wish the weather was warmer, because if the weather was warmer, I could wear it down more. But actually, when it's warmer, I would rather wear it up. But I always have a jacket, and it, like, I don't know, the jacket interferes with everything. Some cheerleaders. How do we stay sane during the lockdown? Stay on the internet. The housing market and coronavirus. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I just don't know, because I really don't want to put it like the way I'm about to say it, but I'm just going to say this anyway. This one's different. You know, this one is not a financial crisis. See, when we had a financial crisis in 2008, we knew what the problem was. We knew how to fix the problem, okay? We knew where the problem originated from. Here, we know we think we know where the problem originated from, but we don't know how to fix it, okay? We don't know how to fix it, and it's different. I mean, here's a realtor here. He said he's still working. And the reason why I say this one is different, because as insane as this may sound, I can see real estate taking a hit in certain markets. And I can see real estate thriving in other markets. For example, let's say that this lasts for a couple years. If this lasts for a couple years, I would imagine a place like San Francisco would be less desirable. Because if we're gonna have to be on lockdown off and on for a couple years, why would you want to pay top dollar and be in lockdown and be locked up in a building in the city when you can live outside of the city and you can be on lockdown and have a backyard? You don't have have a larger home. So that's kind of how I see it. Okay, so guys, check this out. I'm about to get off here. I'm about to have one more cookie and I'm about to go lay down because I'm tired. And I gotta go shopping tomorrow morning, so I'm out. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love all of y'all. I want all of y'all to get laid tonight, have a good time, and peace out, y'all.